Hello, I'm John Perry, and I'm joined by Representative Jim Runestad. Representative, good to see you.
Good to see you, John.
Now, Representative, in the past we have talked about your legislation dealing with organizational charts and state government. The fact of the matter is, if you are looking for information about how departments are organized in state government, you might be looking for information that's hard to come by. You have legislation that is now coming out of committee that addresses that. How so?
Well, the issue I discovered was when I went online on a Sunday afternoon trying to find out what was available in terms of organizational charts and what does each department do and who do you contact. In 2.5 hours, I found 2 outdated organizational charts for 2 departments, and that was it. So what this bill does is it creates a uniform system where you can look at every department, what does that department do, and then you can click over on an organizational chart to be able to see who's in charge of these various departments. In the past, I've had complaints, not particularly the state of Michigan, although I'm sure it's the same as every entity, where you have some more introductory level employee that you have a problem with, you're trying to get something resolved, they don't seem to be able to do the job or know what you're talking about, you ask for a supervisor, and then, oh, what a shock, you're disconnected. This way you have an ability to go right to that supervisor because you'll have their name and contact information on the organizational chart. So Michigan has been attacked on transparency issues, and I think this is a great start to make Michigan absolutely one of the best in terms of transparency.
And of course, there has been a lot of discussion this term, even within recent weeks, about openness in government, transparency in government, and this clearly jibes right in with that.
That's exactly what we're intending to do with this bill, is make sure that people can get to the right department, understand what that department does, what the subsections of those departments do, who's in charge of them, so that they can much quicker get to a resolution of their problem.
And I would think too, Representative, you talked about working for 2.5 hours trying to find information. So many people today do look for information on their computers. Quite often in other realms that information is much easier to find. State government should be held to that same standard, shouldn't it?
It really should, and we're looking at what other states are currently doing. This will take us from being criticized to literally one of the top 4 or 5 best sites in the United States.
Representative, thank you very much.
Thank you, John.
And I'm John Perry. Thank you for joining us.